Stunfisk is pretty tanky, and a big earthquake coming through. 3, 2, 1. Skadoosh, and it's one shots with the mud shots, just one shots. Very, very awesome. Hey guys, PokeChainer Ash here, bringing you some more GBL content, and today I will be using Sandslash. Now, if you didn't know, Rock Tomb just got an update to where it lowers your opponent's attack by 1 stage, and today we're going to be trying that out. Now, Sandslash is not the highest ranked Pokemon out there. I mean, just go ahead and look at the rank. But for me, I did manage to go a couple 3 and 2s. Now, the first few sets I recorded just didn't record. I mean, I'll show you a clip right here that I did sweep a whole dude's team, so I'll show the clip right here. I mean, just look at this. Earthquake coming through, it takes out the Shadow Drapion, and then just cleans up the Denene in the back. For some reason, like I said, these battles did not record, so this is a fresh set that I did do, I believe, yesterday. So today's team will be Sandslash with Mudshot, Rock Tomb, and Earthquake, Drapion with Poison Sting on the safe swap, Crunch and Aqua Tail, and Noctowl in the lead with Wing Attack, Shadow Ball, and Sky Attack. So if you go on and enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. It helps out the channel grow. I appreciate your all guys' support, and let's go ahead and hop into the video. Alright, hopping straight into it. Battle starting. SCP-01816. I see what you got. So we got Unova, Stunfisk in the lead. This is obviously very bad. We actually kind of struggle with this team with Stunfisk, Unova, since the regular one is banned, of course. We still struggle with this team, so we swap into Drapion, having access to Aqua Tail there, but we switch into Noctowl, which is still a pretty comfortable matchup since we outpace this Noctowl to multiple crunches here, and so we do get a shield, and the defense did fall, so this is very good for us. Now we will shield this move because the wing attacks will start to add up eventually, and we can just not shield this next Sky Attack, but before the Sky Attack does come through, we're able to get off this crunch here. Most likely, yeah, it gets the shield from the opponent there, and we get 2 defensive debuffs on the opponent here. Actually very funny. Alright, so we do decide to shield this up, trying to take switch, and it's switching to Stunfisk, and we catch the Mud Bomb. The opponent's absolutely getting wrecked here. But it's just really funny. And so now that we're pretty much hard countering this opponent here, they can only really throw Mud Bombs here. They still get stabbed, but they don't do so much since Stunfisk is pretty tanky. And a big earthquake coming through. 3, 2, 1. Skadoosh, and it's one shots with the mud shots, just one shots. Very, very awesome. You just absolutely love to see it. So Noctowl does come in, and they do not want the smoke, so we throw the Rock Tomb here, and this should be enough to KO the Noctowl, just sweeping up this dude's back line with Sandslash there. And then they have a big thick bunny in the back. And these Aqua Tails are pretty much going to start adding up, but they're not really doing that much. So they could just let one of these go and shield. Oh yeah, they don't have no shields. So they're eventually going to have to throw here before I get to this third Aqua Tail. So this, yeah, just a Fire Punch coming through, and then Noctowl should be able to clean this game up pretty nicely here. And that's going to be a good game to my opponent. So really just trying to take switch advantage there was the main part of winning this battle, I'd say. And big mistake on the opponent was to give up switch there. So GG's to my opponent. Alright, Sky Attack does finish off that, but will be there. GG's. Alright, hopping into the next one here. Finding thy opponent. Duda 1CO. Okay, so we got Noctowl into Diggersby, and we get some weird lag in the beginning, and we are able to get this Sky Attack. And since the Diggersby staying in, I kind of figured it a Hyper Beam, because I've been Hyper Beamed before at my last sets. I did with this thing. Diggersby did Hyper Beam me, so I will shield this, and it's a Hyper Beam. Diggersby out here running Hyper Beam, but we're able to get this next Sky Attack, and I figure we are going to be able to live in a Hyper Beam here, since we are pretty tanky, even though it gets stabbed. And Diggersby is just not the hardest hitting Pokemon out there. It's more on the defense side. and then Hyper Beam coming through. And that actually does a decent amount of damage, but not enough. And they thought they would catch a Sky Attack. I probably could have kept that Sky Attack for the Diggersby whenever I came back in that matchup, but that sure did a lot of damage, since Drapion would have been able to handle this pretty well. We are resisting the confusions and really don't have to worry about a potential Shadow Ball, if that's what they're running. But they do decide to let it go, and then Diggersby in the back, and then we're able to get this Aqua Tail here. I don't think my opponent decides to shield here, since they know we got a Noctowl. Actually, they do decide to shield here. Okay, so it's a very interesting play. They would have to go for a Hyper Beam to take me out here. Nope, they go for a Fire Punch, so I'm able to reach this next Aqua Tail. This will be enough to KO the Diggersby, and now let's see what they have in the back here. And they got a Trevenant in the back, so we will outpace them to the Seed Bomb. But unfortunately, I think they win TMP tie here. So we will shield this up just to get off this crunch. And then Noctowl should be able to finish this up. So fortunately, really, Sandslash really had no play in this. But that's okay, we still took the win. And that's a GG's to my opponent there. Alright, very well played. Alright, battle starting. Noose 90. Alright, Alright, so we got Noctowl to Golbat. I really don't like to see this, only because the fact that they can go for straight Poison Fangs and they will eventually start to add up. So Wing Attacks will definitely desync there, and I don't like to shield the first Poison Fang because that's when I'm not debuffed. And I'm just going to go for this Sky Attack here. No need to go for the Shadow Ball because Sky Attack does get stabbed, and Shadow Ball this only does a little bit more but takes a few more Wing Attacks. So we are seeing this Empoleon here now, so which is very good for us, trying to deny these fast moves here. And then they're able to get for Hydro Cannon, so we will shield one of these up, just because our Noctowl and our Sandslash does not want to see this Empoleon. So we are being really creative here, and then we are going to go ahead and bait with the Aqua Tail, figuring they're going to shield, which is a good bait on our end, and then able to get off this next crunch here. So this is very good for us. So it looks like they do decide to double shield, and for some reason it gets really weird lag and not able to get the Aqua Tail there. So very unfortunate for us. And coming with a Noctowl, hoping to get to a Sky Attack here before they get to 2 Hydro Cannons. So 1 Hydro Cannon, we will have to shield that. And then with these waterfalls, this Hydro Cannon should be enough to KO. Yeah, Hydro Cannon is just probably barely enough to KO there. And then going for the potential farm down, but I had to throw here because I was counting, and that was their 5th waterfall. They would have gotten to a Hydro Cannon, so we had to throw there. And then there's a Trevenant in the back, and that's going to be a good game. Very well played. They just simply had pretty hard counters. They read my team very well. Double shielding the Empoleon definitely was the win con there. GG's. Alright, so hopping into the next one here, finding my opponent. Alright, so I was in a little bit earlier ranks while recording these battles, so I'll probably say there were probably maybe even, yeah, probably yesterday, because I'm ranked 16 as of now, and I did finish all my battles today. I am recording this on Saturday, Friday. I'm recording this on Friday. This should be up Saturday or Sunday, so really pushing all this content for you guys here. Alright, so crunch coming through. Let's see if this gets a shield from my opponent here, or they let the Politoed go down. So it looks like they will be spending their first shield on the Politoed there. And since I snuck in a poison sting there, I will be looking to shield this, because I know I want CMP tie against this Politoed here. And this could force the final shield, which is it does from the opponent. And then since it was a CMP tie, I make them throw, so they won't get any farm on this Drapion here. Alright, so now we can comfortably come in with Noctowl here, and then just start to load up energy, but they switch right away into their Pidgeot here, and then barely not able to get to the Rock Tomb in time before they get off this move. I was afraid it was going to be a Brave Bird, and since Sandslash here is very squishy, it's been really devastating, so we would have had to shield that. Now we're double debuffed, they're single debuffed, and then I should be able to reach this next Rock Tomb, but unfortunately I had lots of energy. And so this will be the Brave Bird, which will be enough to take us out. So farming up some extra energy right before they get to the Feather Dance, will 1 turn. And this Sky Attack will definitely be enough to KO here. They'll be taking out the opponent. If they come back on the Politoed, we can just farm up some more energy here. But no, there's a Zangoose in the back. Alright, so this is still pretty doable. So we CMP tie on this close combat here. And I know that the Politoed is very close, or is out of Weather Ball. So what I'm trying to do here is throw that Sky Attack and trying to farm all the way down. I would have got the farm. I had to throw this immediately at the Politoed because I would get hit by a Weather Ball there, and we didn't want that. And then they realized that they were debuffed and I could have farmed down, and they swapped out there, and that's a good game to my opponent. Very well played there on both ends. They bred it very nicely there. Alright, so we got Noctowl into Abomasnow. This is a very tricky matchup since we're both doing very super effective damage to each other. So I'll be switching out here since they do outpace us with the Weather Ball. Because Powder Snow really generates energy very quickly there. So we know that it wouldn't be anything really but a Weather Ball, so we do decide to let that go. And now they switch into a Mad Cargo. So these Aqua Tails are double super effective, so they'll eventually have to shoot at least one of these. And my Mad Cargo is pretty tanky. Well, not that tanky, but it could take a move. So they're probably going to let one of these Aqua Tails go, I imagine. But let's see what they do. Yeah, they let one of these go, and then just really maximizing our energy gain here, and then throwing this Aqua Tail here, and that does get the final shot from the opponent. So I'm okay of letting this Drapion going down, but we actually get this Aqua Tail here, which is very good for us. This will be allowing us to take switch here, and really doesn't matter because we're still coming back with a Noctowl. Since we got a shield, we're able to barely make it to the Sky Attack here. They looks like they're being a little too greedy with their energy there, so they will be taking out the Abomasnow, and then there's a Trevenant in the back, and they decide to concede the match, and that's going to be a good game to an opponent. So if you went ahead and enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. It really helps the channel grow, and so I can bring you more PvP content like this. I really appreciate your guys' all support. We'll see you guys in the next video. So that's going to be it for today. Poke Trainer out.